Hello everyone. Change of plans for tonight. Normally we would do World of Warcraft on a Thursday, but I have a bone to pick with a certain vampire. Duma. Was it Duma? He pissed me off yesterday. I couldn't defeat him. I spent forever running about because Ariel's hints and tips weren't helpful. Ginge tried to help, didn't work. But then I watched a clip, and then the clip didn't even show me what to do. I figured it myself. Like as soon as I seen what this started, that's when the pieces clicked into place. So gonna go kick his ass. We're gonna finish this game. I'm thinking possibly. So yeah, let's go. Load game. We are like 3 hours over the target for the game. The achievement for beating the game in under 6 hours. Not happening. Might come back and do a quick speed try, attempt to do a speed run. The thing is, for the speed run, you don't even need to do like all the ruins and glyphs. I forgot which one we're after. That's the fish dude, so that's this one. Right, yeah. But yeah, it's not necessary to do everything for the... Because like, them powers, we don't even use them for anything, really. Right, but you'll get rid of that. Blow his ass up with that. Right. I've just realised you cannot hear the game. But there we go. Glad I've discovered that out before too late. Right, Duma's place. So, if you remember, we climbed up over that way, we went down into this place, and there was the gas chamber that we set on fire. That's where we're going to kill him. We're going to lure him into there, down this path, into the fiery pit, and we're going to blow his ass up. That is the plan. So, let's do this, Duma. Persistent. Yeah, we are. Oh shit. No, don't hit me. So that's his power. Oh man. Why did he do that? God. Yes. Come on. Follow me. God, this is terrifying to be honest. Should probably stop. Why do you do that? Ooh. Nah, you're not getting us. Okay, okay. I don't like this one bit. God, he is coming, he is coming. Oh god, he was coming. He's gonna get us. Stupid ass corridor. Oh my god. Shit. Oh, this side first. Quick. Got it. And there we have it. All that stressing last night for no reason.
Consuming Duma's soul empowers you to wind a constricting band of spectral energy around your enemies. This energy manifests itself in both the spectral and material realms, and in the physical world, it can be employed to manipulate otherwise immovable objects.
Yeah. Achievement. Defeat Duma. So guess what we can do with that now? We're gonna go back to that. So we can now go to that sundial, but I want to go check out the courtyard first. Because I assume with Twisty's statue pointed at the different doors to open different things. Don't know what's behind these doors, but I guess we're gonna find out. There we go. So open the east door. And close the east door behind us. Why? Reopen the east door. Were they just trap rooms, perhaps?
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch!
Hey, Ginge. Hi, hi. I did it, I beat him. We beat Duma. Made it look sus. It was that easy, yeah. We literally just walked him down to that room, pulled the two switches, he burned and died, and that was it. And now we have his power. We can twist things by running circles. I'm just checking what's in these rooms. Fire. Yeah, I know, right? What an absolute carry on. But it's done now, so yeah, so good. One more door to check. Yeah, like I say, it's on the video. Once on the video, like as soon as I seen him walking him out of the thingy, that's when I clicked. I'm like, of course, man. So there was nothing in this room. Oh well. And back out we go. So now we can leave this place, head to the Oracle. I know you go. I'm supposed to go the way, but oh no, we'll just go this way actually. I need to be in this realm anyway. So how have you had dinner? I had southern fried chips that I got the other day from Iceland, and a lamb and mint pie. Lamb and mint gravy pie. Oh my god, it was bloody lovely. Like, I'm not usually big on lamb and mint, but these lamb mint pies from Iceland are just so nice. Pardon me. I'm gonna take this with me. No, not a mint sauce, so it's just like normal gravy, but it was lamb with like
In the furthermost canyon
with
of
a hint of it,
Nosgoth's frozen
hint of mint.
wastes, the hushed silences embrace an ancient enigma. In the bowels of this labyrinth, your master awaits.
Yeah, see, we're literally at the end of the game now. I'm gonna go find Kane. Yeah, I totally agree. Like, I'm not a fan of like mint sauce on me dinner and stuff. But these pies were, I'd say, is an exception because they were nice. So this is how we solve this puzzle. We run around it. Unbelievable. Yeah, it's soup. Ooh, pizza. Very nice. I'm having pizza tomorrow. Can't wait. Enter the Oracle's cave. But this might take a little bit of time because, yeah, there is puzzles to be had in here. Oh, I like that statue. That's spear. So this is door number 2, so I'm guessing it's not this way. So it shouldn't be over too soon. Depends how smart I am at solving puzzles. But interesting fact, this one of the rooms in here, or this cave itself, actually appears in Legacy of Kain Blood Omen, or Blood Omen Legacy of Kain, in the first one. So this is one of the connecting plots. Kain came here a long last time ago. Like, have I missed a room? You're alive again. Okay, oops. So how do we get through this door? Well, I'm already lost. Wrong button. See these crystals? No. Oh, there's more crystals. Yeah. But I say, I think the first one, like I say, has got a different name. I think it's the Blood Omen Legacy of Kain. Or did they change it? I can't remember. But technically they're all... I just call them all Legacy of Kain because they're all about Kain, essentially. Okay, there's got to be something in this room then. Where I'm missing. Let's change realms. What you find it? Ah, I see. Can't find it in one realm. You can find it in another one. Oh, and see me getting lost in here like. Wow, this is gonna be fun, isn't it? Well, there's something there, but it's now dead. What? So that's locked that side, what the? And that's locked this side. Do these have anything on? No, they're just cubes. Well, let's try putting this in that one. Guess this is gonna take some brain power. Oh, I need one of them cubes over here to go in there. But I can't have both doors open at once. Why does that... Soul Reaver 2. Oh, wait, trust me, when you see the ending of this game, you're gonna want me to keep playing. Well, you love a cliffhanger. It's your favourite kind of endings. Yeah. Now just imagine playing this as a child. When we finished this on, there was no news of when a sequel was coming. We just had to play it. We just had to wait for a sequel. You only have to wait like mere moments. Back in the day. Because there's a few years between the two games. Because the second one come out on PS2. So I don't think it was mad long, but yeah. Back in the day. I mean, it's good enough reason, isn't it? True. Oh, by the way, you did claim the Mines of Moria game, didn't you? Because it changed now. Vampire Survivors is free. If you've never played Vampire Survivors, it is a fun little game. It's actually already on mobile as well. I'm gonna get Vampire Survivors anyway, but I don't need it because I own it on Steam. Plus on Steam I have the DLC for it as well. So I smell the trap. But yeah, Vampire Survivors is a good game. Well, yes. And do you want to know why? Because the DLC for Vampire Survivors that I own is the Castlevania DLC, which has all of the characters in it. Every protagonist from every Castlevania is in it. Yeah, they went hard on it. So the game was originally inspired by Castlevania. Okay, where am I supposed to go? Because there's no... Ah, it's over there. And they've got like... They had their own character who was based on Belmont with a whip. Okay, this seems too easy of a puzzle. Ah, I kind of pushed it in there. Ah, of course it is, man. Not Resident, shoot that. I don't know if the Epic Game Store version's got the DLC. I mean, I assume it would. That was a fancy ass way to open a door. But I assume that opens in the other realm. Is it just him in there? The fuck is this dude? So, which way do we point these? Like, first instinct, just turn them all to the center. Instinct was right. So unlock door number 2. My question is, what happened to door number 1? And there was nothing in there. Oh, we don't have full health. Kind of pizza are you having anyway? Oh, that was a bad jump. Still made it. Free fire blade. I've made this into the fire blade and I'm gonna have to like lose it now anyway so I can get out. Yeah, nothing wrong with extra pepperoni. I seen the vampire there. Yeah. Oh, Razia, why did you do that? Okay, how do I kill these in here? Ditch him in.
The Oracle's Cave, where Cain's first fateful meeting with Mobius occurred. Mobius played the role of a doddering soothsayer, stirring his pot of visions while dispensing enigmatic predictions to gullible visitors. Underneath the facade was Mobius the Time Streamer, sorcerer of the Circle of Nine, a ruthless manipulator with the power to bend time. Since his murder at Cain's hands centuries ago, these caves have stood vacant, though, like Mobius himself, they are rumored to be only a facade for a much larger, more elaborate complex. I sensed that Cain was here, and at that moment, I would have plumbed the depths of hell to find him.
Well, that's how you kind of go wrong with a pizza. Ah, twisty. Sure. Oh, deeper into the bowels we go.
This, I deduced, must be the man himself, the Time Streamer, Mobius. He seemed not at all the impressive figure I had imagined from Cain's boasted exploits. And yet, even this cold image radiated a certain undeniable power.
The hell of a difference. You just got a plain staff in the old game, and then he's got one with a snake on it. Let's catch up on chat. Chat's cooking up a storm of spaced out ginge, dishing out soap snacks and pizza plans. Oh, soup snacks and pizza plans. While mint sauce gets a hard pass. Retro Toasty Kai's puzzle prowess is questioned, and the cliffhanger teases everyone on edge. Ginge plays the long game with franchises to avoid the weight pain. There's some playful banter about DLC superiority. Now, bow to the Pepperoni King. Yes. Pepperoni King, let's go. So we have levers. Let's pull them. Now, for what reason could we do this? Well, that seems on that one, so. Both on the same one, perhaps? Do I see another one? Oh, there's one on the other side, so 6 and 12. Ah, see, I'm just that good. I mean, it was a pretty self-explanatory puzzle, really. Wasn't that hard to figure out. This, on the other hand, I'm guessing we have to get the colours in the right place. So that needs a red light. Guessing that one wants a blue light. And then this one wants a red and blue because it needs purple. God, we vaporized the poor thing. And do we spin this to the other ones? Puzzles. Wasn't that difficult. Give me your soul. If I don't see him hiding there. So, puzzle do we have here? How do we move these? So the red hand's there. The red hand needs that symbol. Is that this one, isn't it? Yeah. So yellow is that one over there, and blue is where the yellow is. Well, so much for using that weapon. Well, I died. Gotta hear them guys. Let's go back up and find a just no point to change back. There's a point there. No, I've got this blade, I might be able to kill him.
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch!
Yes. We have 2 lots of orange juice tonight. Oh, Brazil, why did you do that? I want to see if I can get your weapon back. No, that thing's stuck up there. Still can't kill it. Oh, do we have to just jump from there? Near Tomb Guardians. Just not. Oh, move these bricks. Perhaps. No, I want to go in that gap. That was easy. Like clockwork. Oh! You sneaky bastard. See? I've lost my thing now. Got no way to kill them. Alright, Raziel, come on now. If he was aiming down there, that means there's another bad guy here. Called it. Is there any spikes from the wall to kill him? No. So like, what does it expect you to do? Like, there's no actual way to physically kill them. Oh, actually, yeah, we can. Just stick a block on them. Don't know why I didn't think of that before. The piece goes there. Yeah. The least that they deserve. Okay, them two pieces look like the right wheel. These ones are the wrong way around. That's not gonna work. I need more space. Move that one out of the way. Which way do I want this? Yeah, that's right. This one, that way. Puzzles be puzzling. Oh, guess we're dropping down. Didn't even break a kneecap. Need to hit them into a wall. Right, Raziel. Sweat. Cotton. Oh, yeah, these bad guys. Not entirely sure what we're doing here. Oh, but there's other doors. Okay, is there a clue as to what pattern goes to what? There's something up there, but I can't. Oh, hi. There it works, doesn't it? Because we should be able to affect these in this round. Oh, maybe not. Thought it might have been some kind of clue. Each room only has the same 3, doesn't it? Can't reach that. Oh, can we reach this one? No, I don't think we can. And none of them shifted low enough down, did they? Gold headlock. Okay. So what is the plan here? There's got to be some pattern to these that I'm not seeing. Because there's switches up on top of each of these. Do I just make them all point to the same one? I want to point to this circle. Let's make this one point to this circle. And then let's make this one point to the circle as well. That didn't do. Shite on. No bother. I'll still be in this room. I got the feeling somehow. I fucking knew there'd be a clue somewhere. So, Z to the circle, squiggle to the triangle. Just one to the triangle. Z to the circle. So then this one. There we go. I just have to jump on this. Easy peasy. Now is it as simple as pressing all three of these? Or do these have some pattern to them as well? Ah, there we go, the door's shifted. I'll go this way now. Fascinating. The fuck Ken got through here already. Oh, I think this is the end. Got this trippy ass thing. Yep, that's it. I think we're finished.
My arrival in this miserable age. What trickery is this?
It is no illusion, Raziel, but a glimpse into the currents of time itself.
Or maybe not. I think if we go through there, it's the end. Or is that just a door? Is the end down this way? Oh, we're just looking at flat, like, times and stuff. So, storytelling, world building, law.
These apparitions torment me. Has this all been foretold?
I mean, adding some foreshadowing, thickening the plot. You can't really tell on that picture I bought. That's mad though. Need to see the wings. It's Raziel. And he's vampire form. Yet this place was built thousands and thousands of years ago. Eons. Yet there he is in a picture. Foreshadowing.
Impossible. This must be one of Cain's deceptions.
So cool. proper trippy looking at them.
My mind reels with conflict. Does Cain await me moments from now? Or in some century yet to come?
We saw glimpses of the past. Glimpse of a time we've yet not seen. Love this game. All the build up and hype to this point.
This cannot be. What madness does this scene portend? Cain must think me credulous to suffer these lies.
This is how you do storytelling, like.
Is this phantasm a conjuration of my mind, or an echo of future events?
It's a hell of a long corridor, isn't it? Finally reaching the end, I think. Just a little bit further. See if teleporter so we can come back later. There's probably a missable achievement, but save the game now, save there as well. So we can always. Oh, I should have saved after I got this teleporter. The walls on the pat of his wee feet. Right, so we've got this teleport, now I'll do this save again. So that way we can reload that point and go and do something else. If it doesn't allow us to come back. Oh yeah, this is the end.
At last. I must say I'm disappointed in your progress. I imagined you'd be here sooner. Tell me, did it trouble you to murder your brothers?
Did it trouble you when you ordered me into the abyss?
No. I had faith in you. In your ability to hate. In your self-righteous indignation.
Lies. You cannot have foreseen all of this.
Eternity is relentless, Raziel. When I first stole into this chamber centuries ago, I did not fathom the true power of knowledge. To know the future, Raziel. To see its paths and streams tracing out into the infinite. As a man, I could never have contained such forbidden truths. But each of us is so much more than we once were. Gazing out across the plains of possibility, do you not feel with all your soul how we have become like gods? And as such, are we not indivisible? As long as a single one of us stands, we are legion. And that is why, when I must sacrifice my children to the void, I can do so with a clear heart.
Very poetic, Kane. But in the end, you offer no more than a convenient rationalization for your crimes.
These chambers offer insight for those patient enough to look. In your haste to find me, perhaps you have not gazed deeply enough. Our futures are predestined. Mobius foretold mine a millennium ago. We each play out the parts fate has written for us. We are compelled ineluctably down preordained paths. Free will is an illusion.
I have been to the tomb of Seraphan, Kane. Your dirty secret is exposed. How could you transform a Seraphan priest into a vampire?
How could I not? One must keep his friends close, Raziel, and his enemies even closer. Can you grasp the absurd beauty of the paradox? We're the same. Seraphan and vampire. With our holy wars, our obsession with Nosgoth's domination, who better to serve me than those whose passion transcends all notions of good and evil?
I will not applaud your clever blasphemy. The Seraphan were saviors, defending Nosgoth from the corruption that we represent. My eyes are opened, Kane. I find no nobility in the unlife you rudely forced on my unwilling corpse.
You may have uncovered your past, but you know nothing of it. You think the Seraphan were noble, altruistic? Don't be simple. Their agenda was the same as ours.
You are lost in a maze of moral relativism, Kane. These apparitions and portents. What game are you playing now?
Destiny is a game, is it not? And now, you await my latest move.
Pause it out, there was an ad break. I got caught up in the cutscene. Like, I love just the speeches Kane gives. Just amazing. What Frosty got for us. Coming soon to a chat near you. In a world of endless corridors and elusive caves, one chat member, Spaced Out Ginge, finds humour in the chaos of Retro Toasty's Soul Reaver journey. From the stop and run in a circle tactic to the eerie silence broken only by tiny footsteps, to tale of laughter, tea breaks and lost adventures. Amidst the confusion, a beacon of light, those mesmerising LEDs. I mean, they are pretty fancy lights. Just this music as well, it just gives goosebumps. Where is he? Ah, he got us. I can't even see him. How am I supposed to find him? fuck who's on that side? He can get me through the wall. Doesn't matter, he's there anyway. Oh, you have to actually use the Soul Reaver to kill him. Oh, we got lucky. Is he evil though? This game makes him out to be.
You nearly had me, Raziel. But this is not where or how it ends. Fate promises more twists before this drama unfolds completely.
Be warned, Raziel. Once you cross this threshold, you are beyond my influence.
Without hesitation.
Raziel, Redeemer and Destroyer, Pawn and Messiah, welcome, time-span soul. Welcome to your destiny.
And that's it. That is the
Where
cliffhanger.
time is but a loop, a loose stitch in the universal cloth. A streamer might seize upon a chance, a fatal slip, and plunge the fate of planets into chaos.
How was that for a cliffhanger? Yeah. Imagine that back in the late 90s. Oh, fuck what I click. Ah, click new game. Yeah. Imagine that back in the day. Now we get to play Soul Reaver 2. Oh. Do we start it now or should we wait for next year? What do we think? Or would that be too cruel? Screw it, let's go. I absolutely love this one as well. Is there any options I want to change? Compass, yeah. Let's see. Are you ready? I will mute myself again for this cutscene. This cutscene, the beginning of this cutscene is basically that last fight against Kain, but they've turned it into a cinematic. And it's fantastic. So much so, right? You need. Oh, we're not stopping. We're going right on ahead. I'm just going to make myself and that invisible so you can watch this in full. You're ready? Because this cutscene is fantastic. It just redoes that fight we've just did, but in.
At last. I must say I'm disappointed in your progress. I imagined you'd be here sooner. Tell me, did it trouble you to murder your brothers?
Did it trouble you when you ordered me into the abyss?
Eternity is relentless, Raziel. When I first stole into this chamber centuries ago, I did not fathom the true power of knowledge. To know the future, Raziel. To see its paths and streams tracing out into the infinite. As a man, I could never contain such forbidden truths. But each of us is so much more than we once were. Do you not feel with all your soul how we have become like gods? As such, are we not indivisible? As long as a single one of us stands, we are legion. Our futures are predestined. Mobius foretold mine eons ago. We each play out the parts fate has written for us. Free will is an illusion.
I found the tomb of Sarafan, Kane. How could you profane a priest by turning him into a vampire?
How could I not? One must keep his friends close, Raziel, and his enemies even closer. Who better to serve me than those whose passion transcends all notions of good and evil?
The Sarafan were saviors, defending Nazgul from the corruption that we represent. My eyes are open, Kane. I find no nobility in the unlife you rudely forced on my unwilling corpse.
You may have uncovered your past, but you know nothing of it. You think the Sarafan were noble, altruistic? Oh, don't be simple. Their agenda was the same as ours. You nearly had me, Raziel. But this is not where or how it ends. Fate promises more twists before this drama unfolds completely.
Raziel, Redeemer and Destroyer, Pawn and Messiah. Welcome, time-span soul. Welcome to your destiny.
How amazing was that? Not gonna lie, that was so much better than the actual fight we did at the end of the first one.
Where am I? Is the usual question. In your case,
Yeah, you can
when
see this
might
is the
be
PS2
more
graphics.
Very well, you old snake. If you'd prefer I use my bare hands.
This is completely unexpected. This orb disables our vampire enemies, leaving them helpless and incapacitated. Strangely, it seems to have the same effect on that peculiar weapon of yours. But you must believe me. I mean you no harm.
You can drop the benevolent facade, Mobius. I know who and what you are. I should kill you where you stand.
Perhaps you should, my boy. But you don't.
Are you so certain of that, Mobius?
My role as Time Guardian affords me a certain level of omniscience, Raziel. No, you don't kill me. That honor belongs to your maker, Kane, some 30 years from now.
You two are a pair. You're just as fatalistic as he is.
Death comes for us all, Raziel. It's just a matter of time.
How is it that you know my name? We have never met.
On the contrary, Raziel, I know you very well. and it grieves me to see how cruelly Cain has used you. I knew you when you were one of the Sarafan Brotherhood, Raziel. We were even close.
Oh, please.
Fortunately, you need not love me now to be my ally.
Are we within the stronghold of the Sarafan priesthood?
Yes, but the glorious days of the Sarafan have long since passed, I'm afraid. This is a more cynical and indecorous age. My mercenary army now inhabits this stronghold. We strive to honor the memory of the Sarafan with our own humble crusade.
Is this the Vampire Vorador?
Yes, the scourge of the Circle, the most depraved and decadent example of his whole degenerate race. He slaughtered 6 of my fellow Guardians as they cowered defenseless in this room.
And you somehow survived this massacre?
I and 2 others. The Circle was devastated. Only we 3 were spared.
How convenient. You'll forgive me if I don't naively devour every scrap of information you toss me. You have a reputation for deceit.
And who has slandered me, sir? Your malefactor, Cain? The one who betrayed and destroyed you? Our common enemy? Consider the source before you judge me too harshly. We'll forget about rekindling our old friendship then. But consider an alliance based on our common ground. We both want Cain dead. I can help you do it.
You don't want to meddle in this, old man. I know all about your sordid little schemes, but you're simply out of your depth on this one.
You underestimate me, Raziel. Let me show you.
This game is just full of foreshadowing
Even
constantly.
Now, Cain is lying in wait for you, unaware that I've snatched you out of the time stream and brought you here to me. See how he lingers at the very pillars he is destined to destroy, foolishly confident that he has eluded your grasp.
The pillars are still standing in this time.
Yes, Raziel. They are the embodiment of the divine force which preserves the life of our world. We who serve the pillars maintain their delicate balance, and Cain is destined to be the fulcrum upon which that balance turns. I believe you have already endured the wasteland wrought by his terrible, selfish decision. Cain's very existence is a cancer upon this world. As long as he lives, all of Nosgoth is in peril. You may never again be human, Raziel. But you can re-embrace the essence of your humanity and the nobility of your Sarafan heritage. Go to him, Raziel, and end this. But first, you will need to find your way out of the stronghold, and in this, I'm afraid I cannot help you. My soldiers will not understand your appearance here. They will try to kill you.
Convenient.
You needn't fear them, of course. They're no match for you. Try to keep the casualties to a minimum. But do what you have to do. All great movements require a few martyrs.
Alone now, I surveyed my surroundings and noticed a second time-streaming chamber. Its entrance identical to the first, but with one distinction. That crystal was significant, but how? I had not yet discovered.
Oh well. Yeah, so even the PS2 graphics for this one looked a hell of a step up from the first game. I mean, nothing. Just, I just love this game. Oh, let us leave. This one though, we get more choice of weapons and stuff. It's really good. We get axes and shit. we can like. I don't know if we can pick up there. Yeah, and use swords as well on this one. Even have a block. Yeah, they improved the combat a lot more. And also we can chop off heads, which is just fantastic. Let's take the axe for a bit.
Throughout the stronghold, I discovered evidence of my former nobility and my life as a Sarafan priest. This was the heritage so foully stolen from me when Cain raided my sacred crypt and defiled me. I said the story's just going to get crazier as well to come. You can just let him bleed out. Yeah, the map, again, is not very helpful. Just some flashy points. That's where we are, the red flashy dot's where we need to go. No explanation on how to get there or anything. Away from the influence of Mobius's cursed staff, I could feel the strength of the Soul Reaver slowly returning. If that orb was as debilitating to vampires as it was to the blade, it gave Mobius a powerful advantage over his enemies. I finally understood how Mobius's crusade could decimate the vampires so successfully. If he could immobilize his enemies, they were at his mercy. But why, I wondered, would the staff have any effect on the Reaver?
Gonna get pizza on, no worries. She just vaporized. It's not fun killing them with the Reaver. Oh, sneaky bit. You get off. Oh. Goes right in the gut. Fatality. Yeah, the look. With this one being set like in the past when the buildings and stuff were fixed, there's some really nice places we get to go to. Oh, I missed. Oh, I didn't miss. Got him. At least on this one you can actually finish them with your fist. Which is one feature missing from the first. Off with your head. His jumping's feels a bit off.
As I neared the stronghold's inner sanctum, a strange sensation crept over me. An indescribable feeling of displacement, a sense of vertigo, as reality itself appeared to warp and bend around me. The disturbance seemed to emanate from the sanctuary's furthest chapel. As I cautiously approached, the sense of dislocation intensified with each step. So this was the tomb of the beloved King William the Just, beatified here as the martyr and catalyst of Mobius's crusade. I was reminded of Kane's journey as a fledgling vampire, how Mobius coerced him to travel back in history and assassinate William, thus igniting a genocidal hatred of vampires among the citizens of Nosgoth. And here I discovered the source of the displacement. The Soul Reaver itself, laid out like a holy relic, and broken, apparently in the battle between William and Kane. I had not thought such a thing was possible, until, of course, Kane shattered the blade against me when he tried to strike me down. Thus, the captive spirit inhabiting the Reaver was released, and binding itself to me, became my symbiotic weapon. And so the Reaver met its former self, still imprisoned in this corporeal shell. I watched, mesmerized, as the Wraith blade uncoiled itself and snaked down the length of the physical blade. Embracing its twin, its mirror self, the Reaver's long-dormant spirit was now fully aroused. And for the first time, I felt the true presence of this other entity, willful, ravenous, and deranged from thousands of years of imprisonment. The Reaver was now in command, and I, now merely its helpless host, felt my soul being leached to restore the blade. But the Reaver knew better than to destroy its host, and just as I neared the brink of oblivion, the blade released its hold on me. As I recovered, I realized we were now bound together in a fragile alliance. The Reaver no longer merely my symbiotic weapon, but a sentient parasite competing for control.
What have you done to me, Mobius? Is this your trap?
How mine? Don't forget it was Kane who led you here, not I. While you curse me, the only soul in Nosgoth ready to guide and assist you, Kane laughs at our folly and revels in your dismay.
These blades, now coiled in sinister embrace, have inspired terror in the hearts of creatures far more durable than you, old man. Bound together as they are, I can only imagine what they could do to your soul's fragile shell.
Raziel, I beg you to stay your hand. This was none of my doing. I have sought only to aid you in your righteous quest.
Why, you're trembling, Mobius.
Has your confidence abandoned you?
The
You seem
graphics.
to have made a fatal error by leaving your precious staff behind. Is that where all your courage comes from?
Listen to me, Raziel. You don't know what you're doing. I have taken an enormous risk by appearing here before you, so defenseless, yet eager to prove my good intentions. If there's anything left of the Seraphim in you, you won't do this. While you threaten me, your true enemy eludes you.
Don't concern yourself with Cain, old man. He'll join you in hell soon enough. As you said, death comes for us all.
Yes, the Wheel of Fate demands it.
What did you say?
The Wheel of Fate. The inexorable cycle of death and rebirth to which all men are compelled. We serve the same God, Raziel. To strike me down would be striking God's own attendant. And I don't believe even you would take that risk.
I tire of your games, Mobius. Now that I know you fear me, I needn't concern myself with you. Cain is waiting for me.
Go then, Raziel. Seek Cain out and destroy him in the name of the one God we both serve. You, who were once a Seraphim priest, murdered, profaned, destroyed, and reborn again from his mercy. You are now most powerfully equipped to be his agent, his instrument of restoration and retribution.
My own vengeance is motivation enough.
By my soul, you almost had me, my little blue assassin. But that'll be the one and only chance you get. I assure you of that.
I could now summon the blade at will, regardless of my strength. But once summoned, the blade's ravenous appetite could not be contained. It devoured the souls of its victims, and if I allowed it to become over-aroused, the Reaver would now turn its hunger on me.
And there goes all my health. You can't see it because I'm in the way, but by getting this, you can summon it that way. See that bar filling up? The more we use it, it will eventually kill us. So that's fun. I try to avoid using it in this game. Plus, I like cutting heads off with the swords. Oh, we had a Frosty Tools. Chats on a wild ride with Retro Toasty. Spaced Out Ginge had a brief scare with invisibility, but it's all good now. Back to enjoying those epic cinematic moments and top tier foreshadowing. Meanwhile, pizza's in the oven and everyone's pausing to appreciate the game's stunning visuals. Join the Toasty fam on Discord and TikTok for more adventures. Yes. Oh, that one's gonna cost you. I shall have your sword. How do we get out of here? So we came in that door. Oh, I guess I'm leaving that way. Well, already we are lost. This door, perhaps?
So this was the legendary Janos Ordrin, reputed to have been the most ancient and diabolical vampire to have ever existed. According to folklore, he lived high in the cliffs of Nosgoth's northern mountains and preyed mercilessly on the defenseless villages below. His reign of terror ended when the Seraphim finally hunted him down and
tore his throbbing heart from his still-living body. This relic came to be known as the Heart of Darkness, and was supposedly imbued with the power to restore vampiric unlife. The Sarafan therefore guarded it carefully, lest the heart fall into the hands of their enemies. But I wondered, could Janos Ordrin truly have been as monstrous as depicted here? Or was this merely artistic license by the Sarafan, who sought to lionize themselves by demonizing their darkest enemy?
Fun fact, the Heart of Darkness in Legacy of Kain Blood Omen is used to give yourself an extra life. It's basically a one-up. If you die, you can use the Heart of Darkness to come back to life. His jumping doesn't have the trajectory it does in this game, which is weird. He's quite, a knife is clunkier when jumping. I ain't no vampire.
Strange how my history came full circle. This chapel, I realized, was a memorial to my former Sarafan brethren and myself. All of us martyred here.
There we all are.
And then so cruelly profaned by Kain when he imposed his gift on our noble corpses. For the first time, I beheld the image of my Sarafan self, memorialized here among my fallen comrades. It tortured me to see how noble and pure I had been, and what a vile phantasm
Statue
I had
detail
become.
hasn't actually changed much.
And a profound sense of injury, of loss and betrayal welled up in me, so overwhelming I could barely contain it. All I wanted at this moment was to find Kain and destroy him.
So that's the door we came in. I don't think we can go out this one. Oh, there's the stairs. We'll just go upstairs. Was it this door? Yeah, I think it was. Huh, where's the dog? Oh, that died. Completely didn't see that there. Oh, this one doesn't have a save anywhere option. Ooh. I don't know if you've noticed, but our health keeps going down. For some reason we can't sustain ourselves properly in this world. In this time period.
I emerged, and for the first time beheld Nosgoth in its former glory. The land overflowed with abundant life and vitality, and I knew with certainty then that the world I had left behind was nothing more than the corpse of Nosgoth.
lifeless husk bled dry by the corruption of Kain's parasitic empire. This was the fragile world Kain sacrificed to preserve his own petty life and ambition, heedless of the profound cost. The sight only deepened my resolve. I sensed that the pillars lay to the northwest. If Kain truly waited to confront me there, I would not disappoint him.
So we get to see a beautiful world. That was destroyed. Oops, that's in it.
As I passed this arcane landmark, a wisp of the Reaver's energy was drawn into the ring, illuminating it. This created a beacon of sorts in the spirit world. If ever I found myself depleted in the spectral realm, and my soul tossed on the ethereal winds, these beacons would draw me back to safety and restore me.
It's mad having you all of that, and he's just discovered one for the first time ever. It's very intuitive. Never. It goes well. What was our thing you're seeing? We found a past version of the Soul Reaver blade, so we can now summon the blade at will.
These ancient obelisks
but it will kill me.
mysteriously attuned to my spiritual essence. By simply touching the symbol, I could safely preserve an imprint of my soul, and thus create a milestone to which I could return when weary, and from which I could resume my journey.
Also known as save points. That's why the game doesn't have save anywhere, because it had save points. Yeah, since we have the blade whenever we want it. We can turn it on and off, but I don't like using it in this game because it kills us. Come with these, I don't think these heal you though. Because we're just constantly dying in this realm.
While I had only just escaped the stronghold, I sensed that in time my journey would return me full circle to this place. Infiltrating the fortress, however, would be no small feat. The balcony that had provided my escape was now well beyond my reach, leaving this massive gateway as the only means of entry. The gates were sealed, but like the time-streaming chamber I had seen earlier, their operation was undoubtedly linked to that odd crystal mounted above the entrance.
Yeah, it's very intuitive.
Get it!
It? How rude. And what you get.
Seize him!
Yeah, so we have started creating a paradox now. So there was a mural of a vampire Cain killing William the Just. Both of them had a Soul Reaver at the time, which shouldn't be possible because there was only one. But you know, timelines and all that. So we've brought the soul of the Soul Reaver from the future into the past and bonded it with its past self, giving us the blade forever now. Which will make more sense later. Yeah, as you can see, we just constantly take damage in this world. It's so annoying. Unfortunately, you can't use their guns. As much as I would like it. Some weird skinny ass dogs. And I don't know if you were here when I says about there was like a Easter egg in this game. Well, it's not an Easter egg, but they turned something that in the first Legacy of Kain Blood Omen and made it an actual like story plot. So it talks about Janos Audrin, who was like this one of the best vampire, I think one of the greatest vampires out there. And they rip his heart out and keep it as a trophy, basically. And it has a rumour that it can bring vampires back to life. And in the first game, Blood Omen, it was basically you wanted mushrooms. So whenever you died, if you had a heart of darkness, you could bring yourself back to life. Where the hell did he jump from? Oh, there's a checkpoint as well. No, just the humans did that.
These vampires had nothing in common with the deranged jackals I left behind in Kain's derelict empire. They seemed to retain much of their former humanity. In this era, vampires were clearly not the uncontested predators we had been. These creatures were hunted mercilessly and oppressed. And while I still believed that vampirism was a plague and had to be wiped out, there was nothing noble or righteous in this crusade. This was simply ruthless persecution.
Makes you start feeling for the vampires, doesn't it? Yeah, the humans ripped out his heart. It was the only way to kill Janos Audrin. Because he was like an ancient being. He was no ordinary vampire. I don't know if you've noticed, but he doesn't put his cloak down as much. This one. When he's got a weapon at least. Oh, you can't stealth kill him. I mean, we can technically rip out hearts. Jaw. Clearly punch through people.
The pillars of Nosgoth. Pristine, whole, and uncorrupted. I had never beheld them in this undefiled state, yet something profound and indelible resonated within me at the sight. And there, waiting at the very heart of the pillars, was the canker that was destined to destroy them.
That's where he built his throne.
I know you're there, Raziel.
Mobius led me to you, Cain, though I might have guessed you'd meet me here.
And if Mobius told you I was hidden on the underside of hell, would you throw yourself into oblivion to pursue me? Mobius trawls for the ignorant and unwary, hauling his gasping prey from the streams of their destinies. Stay out of his net, Raziel.
Spare me your elaborate metaphors, Cain. I have pursued you here for one purpose. You will pay for your betrayal, and balance will thus be restored to Nosgoth.
And whose will is satisfied then? The will of Raziel or Mobius?
Would I be better manipulated by you, Cain? Now, turn and face me. The chase is over.
This isn't a chase, Raziel. We are merely passengers on the wheel of destiny, describing a perfect circle to this point. We've been brought here for a reason. I've seen the beginning and the end of our story, however, and the tale is crude and ill-conceived. We must rewrite the ending of it. You and I.
Face me, Cain. Even you shouldn't die a coward's death.
Isn't it customary to grant the condemned a final request?
I recall no such courtesy from you.
Indulge me, Raziel. All I ask is that you listen. This is the sublime moment of our undoing, Raziel. The ineffable fulcrum upon which swings the entirety of our history. This is where all of Nosgoth is betrayed. In this instant, Ariel, the Balance Guardian, is murdered by dark forces bent on overthrowing the pillars. Her spirit is just now tearing free, lost in the ether, trying to find its way here. You have already seen how she comes to haunt these pillars.
Bound here by your refusal to die. You are the reason this land becomes diseased. As long as you remain alive, you condemn Nosgoth to an eternity of decay.
Be still, Raziel. See this. As Ariel dies, I am being born to take her place as Balance Guardian. Such is my destiny.
My God.
At the moment of my first cry, Ariel's beloved, the Guardian Nupraptor, finds her corpse. Racked with grief and tormented
Drink
by
water, you
suspicions of
dehydrated
treachery,
bitch!
Nupraptor plunges into a madness which overflows and infects all of the Guardians who are
Appreciate it.
symbiotically bound, including me. The repercussions of Ariel's assassination were expertly calculated. The entire circle descends into madness, and I am tainted at the moment of my birth, instantly rendered incapable of fulfilling the role destiny has prepared for me.
Shall I show you the same mercy you showed the rest of the circle then? You blithely murdered them to restore their pillars, yet your hand faltered when it came to the final sacrifice. What makes you exempt, Cain? You're merely the last man standing. Why condemn me for simply carrying out what you hadn't the courage to do yourself?
Let's drop the moral posturing, shall we? We both know there's no altruism in this pursuit. Your reckless indignation led you here. I counted on it. There's no shame in it, Raziel. Revenge is motivation enough. At least it's honest. Hate me, but do it honestly. 30 years hence, I am presented with a dilemma. Let's call it a two-sided coin. If the coin falls one way, I sacrifice myself and thus restore the pillars. But as the last surviving vampire in Nosgoth, this would mean the annihilation of our species. Mobius made sure of that.
If the coin lands on the reverse, I refuse the sacrifice and thus doom the pillars to an eternity of collapse. Either way, the game is rigged.
We agree then that the pillars are crucial and must be restored.
Yes, Raziel. And that's why we've come full circle to this place.
So after all this, you make my case for me. To end this stalemate, you must die so that new Guardians can be born.
Pillars don't belong to them, Raziel. They belong to us.
Your arrogance is boundless, Kane.
There's a third option. A monumental secret hidden in your very presence here. But it's a secret you have to discover for yourself. Unearth your destiny, Raziel. It's all laid out for you here.
You said it yourself, Kane. There are only two sides to your coin.
Apparently so. But suppose you throw a coin enough times. Suppose one day it lands on its edge.
See, as somebody who knows the full story, like, and the first time you play through like, them words just feels like he's taught and shite. Oh, man, it tingles. Oh, let's see if she's here. No, she's not here yet.
I didn't know what impulse stayed my hand, why I had so willingly allowed Kane to escape me when I had pursued him for so long. I had no reason to trust Kane after he had valued me so little, and yet I found myself intrigued by his words. I had been too cruelly used to so gullibly play his pawn, but if this world truly had secrets to divulge, I was determined to expose them.
Plot thickens. These guys look proper creepy in this version of the game. Oh my god, how many souls was that? I love the blood effects on this game, and number 2 as well. The one thing I dislike about number 2 is the actual blade itself. It looks so pitifully small. Like, compared to how it looked in the first game, it was magnificent. And then this one which got this like weird, thin, shitty blade. That's why I don't like using it. Like,
from the moment of my arrival, I had the constant and palpable sensation of being watched. Someone, it seemed, was keenly interested in my presence here.
does all the crows just disappear? Because that's not normal. No matter what timeline you're in.
From the look of it, this door had been sealed for centuries. I began to realize it was no mere coincidence that I found myself standing here, beneath this winged figure with blue skin and cloven hands so like my own, and bearing this unique key. And so it was with a sense of gravity and trepidation that I unsealed that ancient door and crossed the threshold.
So I mean, it just starts. The way shit plays out in this game. Don't know what the fuck that is, but I think it's getting the Reaver. Don't know if you can kill them without they don't turn into souls. Frosty! Chat's been on a cheesy adventure with spaced out Ginge battling pizza injustices on Retro Toasty Slayers and Soul Reaver Remastered. Ginge is curious about the game's progress and cracking jokes about heart stealing Kalimar style. Don't forget to catch up on past VODs and join the Toasty community on Discord and TikTok. Hashtag Cheese Wars. Hashtag Soul Reaver Saga. A fun fact with play number 2, I didn't have to actually change the title for the stream, because it's just Soul Reaver Remastered and not Soul Reaver 1 or 2. But I love this one, the story's insane. Turn the speech up a bit. Could have them talk in different languages. Oh god, that's so much louder, and now you put the music up one. Ah man, the music in this game is fantastic. Imagine. Who said my name?
As I entered the chamber, I sensed that it had been sealed for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years. And while this room was clearly built when the pillars were erected, I knew that no human hand could have shaped this place, and that perhaps it had never been seen by human eyes. The surrounding murals depicted a winged race, their features so like my own, but beautiful, where mine were grotesque, and angelic, while mine were demonic. I tried to decipher these images. A great war, but with combatants like none I had ever seen. The pillars, raised by this winged race, who thus defeated their adversaries. The winged beings again, writhing in agony, apparently afflicted with the same bloodthirst I had so recently suffered. And throughout the chamber, inscribed everywhere, images of the Reaver itself. Was this what Cain had urged me to discover? I wondered.
Lies, Raziel.
Well, look who it is.
Do not be deceived.
Ah, my ancient benefactor. And I dared to hope we had parted ways forever. Silence was refreshing, but it lasted. No doubt you have a conveniently inexpressible reason for your presence here.
Do not be insolent, Raziel. I am eternally present here and everywhere, now and always. I am the still center of the turning wheel, the hub of this world's destiny.
But perhaps not so omnipotent as you'd have me believe. Your hold on me appears to be tenuous. I no longer seem to need you. Yet I'm guessing you still need me.
This impudence is unworthy of you, Raziel. Do not forget that you have a task to fulfill here. You are indebted to me.
Indebted? You would have me show gratitude for a gift I didn't ask to be bestowed. Do you forget that you forced me to inhabit this vile carcass?
I restored you to yourself, Raziel. It was Cain who destroyed you. The very enemy you've just let slip through your grasp. Do not fail me, my servant.
I serve no one. Not you, not Cain, and not your lackey Mobius.
Mobius is my good servant. I have many.
And if I tell Mobius that he's worshipping a giant squid, do you think his faith will falter?
You have grown willful, Raziel. But beware. To embrace a serpent is to invite poison into your heart. Cain is a sinuous beast. He will seduce and deceive you. You pride yourself on your free will, yet you let that degenerate deter your resolve.
I harbor no illusions about his integrity, nor anyone else's. In fact, I am beset by manipulation on all sides. I merely seek the truth.
These are the fathomless truths, Raziel. The agony of birth and death and rebirth. This is the wheel of fate, the purifying cycle which sustains all life. Vampires are an abomination, a plague which leeches this land of its spiritual strength. They obstruct the flow of life and death. Their souls stagnate in their wretched corpses. But the wheel must turn. Death is inexorable and cannot be denied. Your
Cain without
destiny
any.
is irresistible, Raziel. You are my Soul Reaver, the scourge of the vampires, reaper of their apostate souls. Remain steadfast. End the vampire's parasitic curse, and restore Nosgoth. Cain's blood belongs on your hands.
Cain indeed deserves to die for condemning me to this repugnant form. But if and when I kill him, it will be for me alone to decide.
Cain destroyed you without a flicker of remorse. He tore the soul from your noble corpse, and after you had served him faithfully for 1,000 years, he discarded you in the abyss on a jealous whim. Remember your rage, Raziel. Let it guide your hand.
Do we believe that though? At first it seemed like Cain did cast us into the lake because he was jealous of our wings. But we now know Cain is a time traveller. So, you know. Was that really why? I fucking love the twists in this story. Did you notice during that cutscene the only graphical improvement they did to this squid is they changed his eyes? I noticed that. Suppose you can't make ugly look any better, really, can you? Creepy eldritch gods. Oh god, I fell off. fuck did he just tombstone into the water there? I feel sorry for Raziel, like just everyone he talks to and just seems to be trying to get him to do what they want. I hate swimming, especially in creepy ruins. And God were like technically undead and didn't need to breathe, cause Jesus. If this was Tomb Raider, would have been long dead by now.
I surfaced into a very different landscape. The daylight barely penetrated the dense canopy of this forest. Here I discovered an ancient ruin, unmistakably one of Mobius's time-streaming chambers, but long ago sealed and abandoned to the encroaching swamp. I didn't currently possess the means to break this seal, but I thought in time that I might.
Oh, where'd we talk go? You, sir, and lady, I need your souls, because I am parched. Where did your weapon go? Oh, up there it's there.
Prepare to die.
That's my line. But yeah, so time travel shenanigans are in this game. So that's always fun. Guess we know who's been watching us.
My lurking observer was exposed. The creature vanished when he realized he was discovered, but I caught a glimpse of him, and his features were distinctive enough.
Vorador.
This was the vampire Vorador, the monstrous assassin depicted in the stronghold. Strange that a creature brazen enough to assault the circle single-handedly would avoid confronting me. Very well. If Vorador would not come to me, I would go to him. But first I needed to find some means of reaching that terrace.
That's the best attack to do because you can hit them on the way down as well. I don't think there's as much in the way of secrets in this game to find as there was in the first one. Oh, so far I'm stuck. So I mean, like, the level of detail is like hardly changed. I think the PS2 looked pretty good. I'll have a look, but because there is a third game in the series after this one called Defiance, and since they haven't done a remaster, I do believe somebody's done a like there's a HD texture pack for the PC version, so I could look into it and we could possibly play that one after we finish this. Because I mean, we might as well finish the story. I could play Blood Omen 1, but that clunky ass game is horrible to play. Well, it is nowadays anyway. I say back in the day it was amazing.
There appeared to be a passage here, leading northward into the mountains. The opening, however, was obstructed and too high for me to reach. Perhaps later I would find the means to bypass these obstacles.
Yeah, okay. I guess I'm going this way. You guys are lucky. You get to survive. See, we don't have to kill every human. It's honestly just a waste of time, really.
My lurking friend was nowhere to be seen, but I found these ruins even more intriguing. I recognized these arcane symbols from the chamber beneath the pillars, and realized that this shrine too was sealed to all but the bearer of the Reaver.
Ah, there's been enough genocide, really. Let a few humans live. I'm sure we will kill them in time. Magic shield. Not really a smart idea, is it? Leaving the key on the corpse. God, man. I like how they still kept his T-pose in. God, die. These scavengers are a lot harder on this one. Way more annoying. So there we go. We need to change back to that route. Ah, the door here. This one's a lot more Legend of Zelda-y as well, with its little dungeons and puzzles. As opposed to the first game. Oh, there was a climber wall this way, wasn't there? Bloody power punch. Oh, very kills him.
Throughout this ancient shrine, murals depicted the winged race and the apocalyptic war against their mysterious and equally inhuman adversaries. These winged beings, it seemed, were not only the architects of the pillars, but of this enigmatic place as well. And just as in the Pillar's chamber, this shrine was adorned throughout with imagery of the Reaver, depicted with the reverence of a holy icon.
We're starting to see a theme going on. Do you just fight with these again? I prefer the swords. It's the same picture. Where the hell did you come from? That's a fancy looking crystal. Yep, a very big crystal. We need something for that. committing a robbery. I don't think Raziel's got a need for some money. Really? No, okay. Just wanted to check out this door. Perhaps return this. Ooh, there is light. Leave my blade there. I love changing realms, the way like the whole scenery changes. We can't move things yet. It's creepy, but it's cool. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to go down there. I don't believe he has all of his powers that we had in the first one. I think the only power he's retained is the swimming, and the shooting. Unfortunately, I don't like the ability to like spin around bad guys. It's cool. Yeah, actually, that's probably the only one, is it? Hey Dalek. Welcome to Soul Reaver 2. So, is there a way over? Oh, look, these can be moved. Look at that. Shadows cast a bridge. Where do we need to point that? Oh, hello, Reaver sign on the ceiling. No, did nothing. Having a lazy day. Sounds like a good day then. Maybe we have to go move this back out of the way. Book cinema tickets for the 24th. Ooh, nice. Where are you going to go see? I want to go see Sonic. Fuck Mufasa. Nice. Okay, I don't get what we're supposed to be doing here. So we do need that way. I'm hoping I can get tickets for Sonic 3, like... Oh, there's two pillars. I didn't see that. Oh, we can't do anything with that pillar. Shoot projectiles at puzzle targets. Well, I shot projectiles at that and it didn't do a lot. Okay, why did that work that time? You've only just found out. Oh my god, you've been living under a rock. Coming soon to a chat near you. In a world of ancient vampiric lore, chats on the edge of their seats with retro toasty Kai. Spaced out Ginger creates chaos but settles for crystal heists, while Dalek slides in with feline finesse. In cinema plans, Sonic 3 awaits. Join the Toasty Tribe in Discord or catch up on YouTube as they navigate Soul Reaver's Remastered realms. Will there be genocide? Stay tuned. Right, there's a difference between spoilers and actors. Like, it literally doesn't spoil anything in the film to know that Keanu Reeves is Shadow. I did see a TikTok about it though. It brings up an interesting plot point, which this is a similar like flaw with in Friends as well. So in the first movie, Sonic is watching Speed, so he knows Keanu Reeves is a real person. Wouldn't he recognise the voice? The same goes for in the show Friends. Joey and Chandler are fans of Die Hard. So, yeah, when they meet Rachel's boyfriend, I've forgotten his name, played by Bruce Willis, they don't know it's the same person. Which is a really big like flaw in the movie and the shows. You know, world law breaking and worlds like that. No good. I mean, that would be pretty funny though. I hate we don't keep our full health in this one when we change rounds. Seen that one. Big fucking hulky ones now. I was thinking before we played this game, I was going to do a playthrough Sonic Adventure 2, like ready for the movie coming out, but I decided that too late. Oh god, there's one there. Not that I believe. I mean, I've not watched it. I refuse to watch tie-in shows. Nah, I think the Knuckles show is just some kind of spin-off. Don't even think it was that good anyway, apparently. Really, Raziel, why didn't you float? Nah. I think the only knowledge you needed was playing the Sonic Adventure 2 game. Or at least... Or maybe not. Actually, maybe it's best to watch the movie not knowing about that game, because I am going to watch that movie and I am going to complain about every little detail they've got wrong. That didn't happen in the game. That didn't happen in the game. Raziel, I'm pressing jump twice and he's just not getting his wings out. What the fuck? Why does he not want to glide on that gap? Just from the trailers alone, I've already spotted flaws in it. That's kind of annoying us. I'll not say anything now because, you know, people haven't watched the trailers, but... Right, see? Does his wings that time? Ah, he did it that time. Well, I know, but... It's by watching the trailer, I've already pre-annoyed myself at it. Therefore, I'll not be as annoyed when I go to watch it. I've had time to like adjust to the idea of it. If that makes sense. Okay. I'm not as stressed by it now. I know, but at least I'm not like really annoyed by it. Like I won't be if that was the first time I saw it. You know. The mistakes are, I already say all the mistakes, like I knew the mistakes were coming. Raziel, fucking fly, will ya? Oh my god, the glide button's just not working very well in this game, like. But see, this is the thing, like, with Sonic Adventure 2 being one of my all-time favourite games, there is going to be mistakes in this movie and I will spot them all. Oh no, the second that movie starts I'll be watching for mistakes. Just cannot help it. Like I say, with Sonic Adventure 2 being like one of my all-time favourite games. Do we have to point this at that now? Okay, so that turns off the light. I don't want to point out any mistakes, I don't want to ruin it for anybody. So obviously that has to go on there. If I remember, some of these puzzles are mad hard. So is he making a projector? It's possible. Can't quite remember what we're supposed to do in here. Do we shoot that? You guys go away. Can't quite remember what to do. Problem with this game as well is we can't. Oh my god. The jumping's gonna annoy me. If you press the jump button too fast, it doesn't register for him to do his glide. For some odd reason. I don't even know why I've come by this for this. That needs to be pointing on that so we can get out. See? Oh my god. And I can't blame it on my controller being broken this time because this is a brand new Xbox Series X controller. So we took that out of here. I don't think there's anything in this room. Well, I'm already confused. Yeah, I think this game is all that say we can't just save anywhere we want. Yeah, I feel like it's got something to do with this crystal, but let's look back on this side. What did pointing that over there do? What's that light in there? Oh, it looks like lunch is coming to me. What kind? I wonder if we were supposed to shoot through that gap. No? Oh, we can go in here. There we go. Man, things are dramatic.
As I neared the altar, I suddenly felt the Reaver quickening of its own volition. Just as in William's chapel, the balance of power tangibly shifted. Voracious and willful, the Soul Reaver was now in control, and I, merely its helpless puppet. The Reaver plunged itself into that mysterious altar, and devouring the energy that emanated from within, drained this place of its power. Thus sated, the Reaver released me, and I realized as I recovered control that these ancient shrines were forges, each purpose-built to enhance the Reaver with elemental power.
You now have the Dark Reaver and more health. So this was originally intended for the first game, hence why we got the Fire Reaver in the first one. They did intend to make more, but due to time constraints they didn't. Thus they slapped them all into number 2.
Now I understood the purpose of the mysterious basins I had seen throughout my journey. They were elemental fonts, each attuned to a fundamental essence. When I forged the blade, every font in Nosgoth with the same elemental attunement was simultaneously quickened. The Reaver's enhancements were never permanent, but these fonts enabled me to re-imbue the blade by bathing it in the elemental energy distilled therein.
Then certain doors need certain elements to get through.
Concentric circles, one eclipsing the other. I recognized this symbol from the door sealing that other ancient shrine, the one I had seen in the lake outside the Sarafan stronghold. Perhaps now, armed as I was with the elemental power of darkness, I could return and gain entry.
Yeah, this one gives you more of an idea where to go. It's quite linear, as opposed to like random hints that were in the first one. Like, oh, somewhere in the north. North of the tomb. Yeah, everywhere was north of the tomb. This one is just basically like, we need to go back there now. Like, oh, now I can unlock that door. Let's go there. I mean, we do still have to remember our way back. Seeing as this place is very not helpful with the map.
You're a ragged excuse for a savior.
Vorador.
I see my reputation precedes me.
It does.
All good, I hope? I've been watching you since you emerged from that accursed stronghold. Strange that your arrival coincides with the corruption of the Pillars. But I'm wondering, are you the catalyst of these events? Or the answer to them?
I don't know what you mean.
I will speak plainly then. I distrust your origins, stranger. Seeing you crawl from the putrid depths of Mobius's keep makes me question your purpose here. And what should I make of your appearance? Not human, clearly, and more demon than vampire. And the Pillars. It is no mere coincidence that your arrival in that clearing heralded the Pillars' decay. And so I ask you plainly, are you the instrument of the Pillars' destruction or their salvation?
Neither.
Very well. Let us look at the other side of the coin. I have followed your journey and watched as you blithely unlocked secrets that have been sealed and forbidden for thousands of years. The path you have been treading is open to only one being. You don't know what you are, do you?
I have been many things. If you find me ignorant, enlighten me.
What's the point? This world is beyond redemption. Let the human cattle have it.
I would expect better than meek capitulation from you.
Centuries of persecution have taught me well. 500 years ago, our race was nearly exterminated by the fanatical crusades of the Seraphan. And now the same sick drama unfolds again. In merely a decade, Mobius's cutthroat citizen army has nearly accomplished what the Seraphan could not. Vampires meddling in the affairs of men. Look where it's brought us.
What am I to make of these secrets I've uncovered, then? The depictions of the winged race, the Pillars, and the Reaver.
Fairy tales, boy. The delusions of an ancient culture clinging to hope long after the world had discarded them. Their bloodline trickled away, until only one of the ancients remained, sustained solely by obligation and his unfaltering faith in the old prophecies. But you see, even if you are who you appear to be, it no longer matters. You're simply too late. Janos Audron, the Reaver Guardian, the last of the ancients, and my maker, was murdered by the Seraphan nearly 5 centuries ago. He alone would have the answers you seek, but his secrets died with him. I don't know how you've come even this far without his guidance, or without the Reaver, stolen these 500 years ago by the Seraphan. I'm afraid, my friend, that you and all of us are out of luck.
I had no less
Mysterious.
reason to trust Vorador than anyone else I had met. In fact, the ancient vampire was the most forthright being I had encountered thus far. If Janos Audron was the key to all this, then I would find him, and Mobius's time-streaming device would provide me passage. But first, I had to find a way back into the stronghold, and I suspected I would find the means within the lake's mysterious shrine.
Well, it looks like we're going back in time. Again. You bitch. We need a save point. So the lake should be back this way, shouldn't it? Because we came this way, kicked that door in, and looked up there. Therefore, there's the time streaming through.
There's one.
I'm not even gonna. Well, I wasn't gonna fight him, but you know, he hit us, so. He deserves death. You get to live, lady. Swim through, back through this place. No, it was further down, wasn't it? Go through here, this takes us to underneath the pillars. Well, there is a save point. We'll see the big squid again. Was it that way? Dunno, I've lost me bearings in this place already. Do I have a weapon this time? I'm not sure if this was the way we originally came. Come on, fight everything. Oh yeah, this was it. Yeah, there's big squid. Where is he? I can go down. Back up.
Ah, my wayward child returns.
Having unearthed more than you'd like, I suspect. What am I to make of these ruins that litter the land, and these images here in this chamber?
Merely the deceits of a failed civilization. You are being misled, Raziel. This ancient race hoped to manipulate the future with these scrawled misdirections. You must tread carefully. There are dark forces at work in this world, bent on subverting your true destiny.
I have no doubt of that. The question is,
Drink
am
water,
I
you
in their
dehydrated
presence right
bitch.
now?
Hydration.
Your arrogance will spell your demise, Raziel. Deny my will, and the arc of your destiny will reach a sudden conclusion.
Your threats are unmoving. Even now, I'm beyond your reach.
My reach is longer than you realize. This is a very dangerous game you're playing, Raziel.
You're alright. Don't worry about it. This is where we're saving the game. Ending it for that night. So, what do we think of number 2? I think number 2 is fantastic. Oh, chat's buzzing with curiosity and a dash of chaos. Dalek's wondering if we're about to win into some DIY projector magic. Meanwhile, spaced out Ginger's having a classic wrong timing moment. Sorry, not sorry for the slip up. Don't forget you can catch up on Harley's all the toasty action on YouTube and join the Discord fan for more shenanigans. But yeah, this game, man. I know you were sorry, don't worry. Oh, that is cool. Okay, quick, let's have a look at this. So, do you want to see something cool? Where's this game? So, it's just like all the bonus stuff, you know, music player. But if you look at this, you can see. So that's the map of number 2, and then you can see what it looked like after the corruption hit it. How cool is that? You can see how the world was destroyed. So Raziel's clan's there, which is something else. It's not even on the map for number 2. How cool is that? I don't know what happens in that area down. At this, no, you can't really see it. That big area in the middle, just sort of like gets destroyed. Oh, it'd be cooler. What? A map that actually points the way and stuff. True. That would be very, very handy, but alas, that is the best we're getting. Simple map. It's still nice to actually have a map of the world though, because let's say the original games didn't. I think the closest to the map we got was in Blood Omen 1, where there was sort of a map. But yeah, that game is just so good. I say, I can't wait to finish number 2, and then we can move on to number 3, which is Defiance. And then maybe, if I feel up to the challenge, we can go back and play the original Blood Omen game for the PlayStation 1. It was also like a DOS game, like on the very first PCs. But it's tough to play. But if you play it after playing these ones, you'll notice things like, oh, that's cool. Well, yeah. But like I say, like, what was the original release dates? That's a quick Google. So the original Soul Reaver released on the 16th of August 1999. Soul Reaver 2 released 2 years later in 2001. Could you imagine 2 years of waiting with a cliffhanger like that? You spent all this time hunting down Kane, you slapped him 3 times and then he left. He teleported away. And then the game ends. Yeah. Like 2-year difference. And then you had to wait another 2 years for the 3rd game in the trilogy, Defiance. So, but in between Soul Reaver 2 and Defiance, they did release Blood Omen 2 a year later, but that one doesn't really connect to the story. It's sort of a, it's hard to explain. It's sort of like a spin-off titled, and the story is sort of like a what if. No, it's not really a what if. It's sort of like an alternate timeline. Basically, the events of Soul Reaver 2 have altered the timeline. Therefore, Blood Omen 2 takes place at a different timeline. That's not the same version of Kane we know. It's still an interesting game. But it's not one of the best. Well, that's what happens once you start throwing time travel into the game. Like it was, as if it wasn't confusing enough with like the first Blood Omen. But then, like I say, so Blood Omen 2 just takes place in an alternate timeline created from our actions in Soul Reaver. But yeah, I mean, it's still a good game. Just, it's unnecessary for the story. You don't really need to know about it. I do own that. I do have that one on Steam. Should, yeah, Legacy of Kain Blood Omen 2. Kane's more vampiric on that one. He's a proper vampire in it. And like suck the blood out of people and stuff. But yeah, that is gonna be it for today. I was timey-wimey stuff, exactly. Certainly you start doing that, storylines just get crazy. Wibbly wobbly. So next week there will be a stream Monday, but there won't be a stream Tuesday. I think I'll only be doing Monday next week because with it being Christmas Eve, Christmas and Boxing Day, I'll be busy. So Monday will be Spider-Man, the last one over the Christmas holidays. So that is going to be it. And thank you all for coming and watching. And sorry you missed us fighting the boss, Duma, because it was pathetic. I literally walked him into the room, turned the gas on and burnt him alive. And that was pretty much it. It was nothing exciting. Still can't believe I spent like 2 hours last night trying to figure out where to go, and it was that simple. But yeah, it's Buddha-Man. I think we're close to finishing that as well, maybe. I'm sure we're on about 80% of the story. So, yeah. That is going to be it for tonight. Appreciate you all coming by, chatting. And I shall hopefully see you all again on Monday. So have a fabulous rest of your evening. Have a wonderful weekend. And I shall see you all again. Good night.